Hi, my name is Angela Johnstone, and I have spent the semester building towards a sponsorship partnership with Delta Power Sports. Delta Power Sports is a power sports dealer located just southeast of Fairbanks, and it serves much of the greater Fairbanks area. A lot of their customer base is young families, well-off adventure enthusiasts, and are a lot of the same people that frequent Ice Dogs games. The part of this class, especially the readings that helped me most with eventually leading up to my phone call, my several phone calls, was the Halberstam readings, especially directly relating to cold calls. One of the pieces of advices that I took was that if you were really and truly nervous about making a cold call, which I was, and if I'm honest, still am, was to call when you knew nobody would be able to answer and to leave a voice message, which I did. Delta Power Sports closes at 2 p.m. most days, and I left a voicemail at 3:30, detailing that, I was as part of a school project and in conjunction with the Ice Dogs that we were looking into sponsorship opportunities for businesses in the local area. I left my phone number. I almost forgot to leave my phone number at the beginning and the end. But I actually wrote myself out a scripted thing, which was another Halberstam hint, and it ended up doing a lot of good for me because when the phone actually rang, I spent the first part of the ring being 100% nervous that somebody was actually going to answer and then not having a plan. And so then when it did go to voicemail, it was really nice to have my script. And I think it helped me, one, sound more professional, and two, it kept sort of the stutter out of my voice because I knew what I was going to say. I had it in front of me. I could shamelessly hold it in front of my face and read it, which was really helpful, even if it wouldn't help me in a face-to-face meeting. But I felt really confident about the voicemail I left and hoping that somebody would follow up with me. I left it just shy of a week until I made my second phone call, which was another hint that was in the Halberstam section on following up, was to give them ample time to listen to the voicemail, regurgitate it, and be able to make a decision on it, hopefully, when you did follow up. When I called, I once again wrote myself out what I was going to say. I had a plan to reference my personal connection to Delta Power Sports, which was that we purchased a side-by-side from them this summer, and I had all of my bullet points in my partnership packet. I had also I really lucked out because I found some clip art and did like a mock puck draw up so that I would be able to send it to them if that was something that they were interested in. And I was really excited about the phone call, and I was ready. And when they first answered the phone, I said, my name is Angela. I called and left a voicemail in reference to a sponsorship. And the guy who answered the phone, whose name was Matt Wagner, said, "Oh yeah, I heard something about that." And in my head, I went, "Oh, well, he must be the guy to talk to." So I launched into my prepared speech so that I didn't actually have to worry about small talk, which was something that I was genuinely concerned that I was going to do. I was going to try and fill silences and create, conversation where there should just be pauses. The Halberstam chapter about silence being an incredibly powerful thing, I had it written all over my script. If there's silence, let it be. If there's silence, let it be. So instead of allowing the silence and finding, out if I was talking to the right person, I launched into my script so that I would know what I was going to have to say next. And it turned out he was a mechanic and not in charge of sponsorship at all. And after I had gone through my speech, which timed out to be about 45 seconds, he was not the person to make sponsorship decisions, and he said he would take my information and have somebody give me a call back. And so I gave him my information, and it's been about 3 weeks and I have not heard back. But I'm confident I didn't mess up any future sponsorship opportunities, which I guess is an okay goal in the end. After I never heard back after the second phone call, I didn't feel comfortable calling back a third time. I know that the Halberstam book states specifically that if you don't get a no, it's not necessarily a no. But I was and am concerned that I was going to drive it to the point of a no. And I know that when Mr. Profit came in, that he had said that was a partnership that he had been pursuing for a long time. And that made me nervous from the start. And after I had two, not necessarily failed phone calls, but phone calls that didn't end exactly positively. I didn't feel comfortable making a third phone call and perhaps pushing a really great partnership opportunity towards the edge of not being viable for the Ice Dogs anymore. But what I did do is, I know that Delta Power Sports facilitates partnerships through BRP, and I thought I could get a hold of BRP and maybe make sort of a stride there, even if it wasn't a puck partnership, but at least let them know about the Ice Dogs program and that they were looking for power sports options. And so I went on their website, and they did have a corporate sponsorship application, and I submitted my information for contact and spoke to someone in the BRP corporate office and got some information from them. They do sponsorships for things like ice hockey teams, youth sports teams, and so I asked if they had heard of the Ice Dogs. I gave them a little bit of the information that was in our packet. And they said that that's not something that their organization would necessarily be opposed to, but the way that they do utilize sponsorships is through their certified dealers. There are 2 in Fairbanks and 6 in the state of Alaska. The ones in Fairbanks are Compos and Delta Power Sports. And so the part that, even if I couldn't facilitate an actual partnership through Delta Power Sports, I'm hoping that by learning that BRP Can-Am does offer sponsorships for things like junior hockey teams and youth hockey teams, and that they would have to do it through Compos or Delta Power Sports. I'm hoping that that's the value that I'm able to pass through to the Ice Dogs team, is that that option is out there.